Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial Overdrive here, and today I've got an exciting new survival game to introduce you to. That game is called Icarus, and Icarus is a survival game that combines a lot of our favorite games to make something that seems very unique and amazing. So it's got components from Rust, it's got components from Escape from Tarkov, it's got components from Valheim, combines them all together and makes something that I think is going to feel very new and very fresh to everybody. So the basics behind the gameplay, because I know that's what you guys are here for. You're not here to hear my voice in the background while you make love to your boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, or father. So here's what this game is about. You start on a space station, you go down into this planet called Icarus. On Icarus, you build structures, you mine these biomes, you craft different resources, and you get resources to bring back up to the space station. At the end of a drop, so you drop into these biomes, you run them for a set amount of time, and then the biome sort of ends and you've got to go back up to the space station. And once you go up to the space station, you bring your gear, you bring whatever you can with you, and then you've got a tech tree on that space station that you can advance, craft different parts of gear and things like that, and then you can pick what you want to bring back down with you onto Icarus for your next biome run. So the thing I like behind this is you've got that Escape from Tarkov mechanic where you're basically bringing loot in and out of the game, so you can decide how much you want to risk for each biome. Maybe you have some like huge monster you want to defeat, some huge boss you want to take on, so you bring all your best gear down. If you lose it, you're losing that time, you're losing that gear, you're losing all of it, right? But if you want sort of a more chill run, you can just do a run where you literally go down with your backpack and see what you can grab from an easy to run biome. So I like that. Each biome has a timer, so it has that sort of wipe system that you see like Rust, where you go into a map and you know it's a weekly, monthly, whatever. With Icarus, it seems like you have some hourlies, you have some dailies. I'm not sure, there might be something longer than that, but I haven't really seen anything mentioned about that. So you got different timers on the maps, and when you're down on a world, you can actually build the same you would as Rust. So you can build yourself a little fortress, or whatever you want to do, and craft sort of a nice little like role-playing type building if you want to. And in addition to that, this is more of a casual game, or at least it can be more of a casual game, because your character isn't always persistent. You can go back up to that space station, log off for a month, come back, all your stuff is still there. In addition, when you drop into worlds, you can drop solo, or you can drop with up to 8 players. It's a PvE game, so it's not a PvP game. So if you're here looking to grief and make people cry and all that, go back to Rust. I know that's where you came from, and I know that's where you're going now. It's more of a PvE game, so you're playing the environment. And what this environment is what Icarus is, I guess, is it is a terraformed world. So humanity came upon Icarus and decided they wanted to create Earth 2.0. Not the mobile game or whatever game that's selling tiles for $1 million a piece. No, they wanted to create a real Earth 2.0 that you could live on and touch and interact with, actually. Not just promises. They wanted to create something real. Anyways, so they went ahead and they decided to terraform this world. The terraforming didn't go as expected because, you know, we sort of mess things up quite often. And we decided to abandon the world, you know, just like Elon Musk and his Tesla. It's out there in space and we just let it go. We don't worry about it anymore. Then once upon a time, we came upon this world again and realized that it has something called exotic matter. And exotic matter, I think that's probably what they're going to say is like, that caused all these mutations and things like that to happen in the world. But exotic matter is cool because, I don't know, we want it for tech trees and to sell and all that. So now what's happening is you're going in as a prospector to get this exotic matter and get out. This world has gone crazy. The terraforming's gone wrong. So you're going to see some animals that you're used to. You're going to see deer and bears and things like that. But in addition, there's going to be monsters and demons and maybe not demons, but monsters and stuff like that that you can fight. So as you get into these harder and harder biomes, the characters are going to get harder and harder. And in my opinion, they're probably going to get more exotic. The developers haven't said that yet, but I think that the characters are going to eventually get more exotic. The first biome that it seems like you start in is more of like a tree biome. It's forested. It looks a bit like Vancouver, right? After that, you're going to go into more of like that ice desert world and get into some of the cooler stuff out there. And it looks like a really cool game. Overall, it seems super interesting. It's going to be in a chapter format. So when you go to buy Icarus is only a PC game, by the way. If you're looking for a console version of this, it's not in the books yet. But if if this game does good enough, I could definitely see it coming to consoles because every game does it. Whether or not it's going to be a shitty port, I have no control over. I don't know. The devs seem pretty straightforward. They seem pretty legit about this, but we sort of we know what happened with Rust. I've got a ton of videos that got a lot of views about that. Anyways, yeah, it seems like it's only on PC, and you can buy 2 editions. You can buy a standard edition, which is just Icarus, or you can buy a deluxe edition, which is 2 chapters, 2 outpost levels, an exclusive suit or something like that. So outpost levels are basically your sort of creative levels, I guess, where you can just build whatever you want. You have access to everything. You can just go nuts. And chapters are how this game's going to work. So right now, the first chapter that's planned is called the first cohort. Wow, I had trouble pronouncing that. If you've listened to my videos, you know that's not unnatural. So the first level is, or the first chapter is called the first cohort. That is what we're all going to be playing come August 11th when this game releases. After that, you've got something called New Frontier, which is probably like New Worlds. You can see a bit of a sand demon creature here. So that's sort of where I got that creature bit from. And then after that, you've got another Icarus chapter that's called Dangerous Horizons. So it looks like they do have a pretty good DLC plan, and if you're just interested in trying the game out, you can just buy this first game. It looks like you're in, well, it shows a polar bear and some snow, so I'm guessing that's like going to be one of the biomes that you can drop into. Overall, it looks like a really cool game. It looks like a really interesting thing because what they're doing is they're not introducing a new mechanic, but they're taking a lot of mechanics that I really like in video games or in various video games, and they're combining them into one game. Also, I like the fact that it's more of a casual game. It's a game that you can jump into, jump out of. Devs seem really honest about it, and this dev team, or at least some of them, they worked on DayZ. So, if you like DayZ, this has the potential to have that sort of DayZ element to it because that's what they did last. The developer is called Rocketworks. They're an indie developer. The reasoning behind that was they didn't think that any developer would really support them in this idea that they had, and they wanted full, like, sort of creative control over the idea, and they didn't want to be forced to make something that the masses would like. They wanted to make a survival game that they felt was going to deliver to the community. So hopefully that's what they've been able to do. Overall, looks like a really good game. I keep saying that, sorry. Another cool thing here is with the worlds, everything on this world is sort of handcrafted. So they say there's 64 kilometers of handcrafted terrain. Everything can be destroyed or mined. So like trees can be knocked down, rocks can be mined, everything like that is all fully destructible. There are going to be elements of the world that can sort of attack you in a way. So basically there's going to be weather, and a lightning storm or something like that can strike up a forest fire, or it can light your sort of outpost or your home on fire. So every time you go into this world, you're going into this unknown place where there's all these elements, all these things that can sort of come together to really screw you over or make your wipe an amazing one where you go out with tons of loot. Honestly, I like it more when everything goes wrong. I love the fact that they have weather. I love the fact that they have that fire mechanic where everything can like just go up in flames. It sort of makes the pyro in me happy. I remember those early days of Minecraft when I just light someone's house on fire and watch a forest go up in flames and a whole village burn and then tell everybody I have no idea what happened. I was just trying to make a fireplace. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a troll sometimes. Anyways, it looks like a really cool game. Overall, it has my interest. I love what it looks like, what it feels like. If you're looking at some of the sort of demo images they have, look at the screenshots and look at the streams that they've done, because the graphics aren't going to blow you away, in my opinion. They're pretty standard survival graphics. I don't think it's going to take anything away from it, but overall, it's not this visually amazing world that you're going into. What it is, though, is a very creative world, a very innovative world, a world that combines a lot of different elements that I think are going to make for a very fun set of gameplay sessions. And I think it's going to be one of those games that you're going to pick up with your friends and keep coming back to, because it seems like they have a really good dev map for this. It seems like they have a really good set of things going. It seems like you can create some really sort of beautiful looking houses, amazing landscapes. You can go out with bows, start hunting wolves and stay in that primitive state, or you can advance further and further, get to shotguns and all of that, or worry about just making a homestead that's sort of lightning proof and fireproof. It really has a lot of amazing components to it, and it's one of those games I think that we're going to get into and really enjoy. Also, just in case I didn't cover it, there's 2 crafting trees. I think this is fairly unique, and I really like it. So with the tech trees, there's an on-planet tech tree, and that's what you're going to use to make stuff in your biomes. And then there's sort of a in-space tech tree, or like a space station tech tree, and that's where you can really engineer advanced tech, and exotic materials are used and all of that you can create and bring it down with you. So if you're like up in your space station, maybe that's where you're going to be crafting your like advanced sort of guns and laser rifles or whatever cool stuff you're going to be making. Then you're going to bring it down to fight the big bad monsters, take them out, and then walk away with the big prize. sort of like the FBI when they killed Jeffrey Epstein. Anyways, yeah, it seems like a really good game. I'm looking forward to it, and I wanted to introduce all of you to it. If you think you can buy this game, let me know, because I'm really interested who's interested in this game. And if you like what you're seeing and you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Because, yeah, I'm really excited about this. And come August 11th, I think this is going to be one of those games that I'm going to be playing. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I did this game justice. If I missed anything, which I probably did, feel free to drop it down below. If you drop enough information, I might just pin your comment. So thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.